remember before we lip synced, I looked at her and I was like, good luck, babes. Like, I hope you do well. And she looked at me up and down and was like, you too. Hello! Yshee Black.
Oh, God! Oh, hello, Charity. Welcome to the Drag Race Yearbook.
Thank you very much for having me.
How you doing, Bab? How you doing? How are things?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you very much. I'm feeling relieved, to be honest.
Well, Charity, we want to find out what you really think about your fellow queens here on the Drag Race Yearbook. Ooh. So we're going to be talking about all things Drag Race, obviously. But we also want you to nominate your fellow queens in our juicy yearbook category.
I think I can do that.
Oh, you can do that, I know that a lot. But the only rule is you can't nominate yourself. Got it?
Oh, that's hard, that's hard. I'm not sure I can do it anymore.
Category is biggest drama queen.
Oh, see, I've been watching this and I know everyone's been saying me. Which I take, I am a drama queen. But after this week, I love her to pieces, obviously. I'm gonna have to say Scarlett.
Well, I mean, very that. You're gonna have to.
I mean, I imagine if I was in that position, I think I would have reacted even worse. So.
Oh, we'll get onto that. So this episode was very dramatic.
Oh, fine.
Okay, Charity.
What was that? Finished and gorgeous and like perfect, like polished.
Yeah. But is that funny?
Do you have anything funny to suggest, honey?
Like, I think this is probably one of the most dramatic episodes of Drag Race UK. On the runway, RuPaul said the dreaded question, ooh, who should go home? That's my dramatic
Why?
Sorry, I know. I'm here all week. A couple of people said your name and a few more said Scarlett.
Who should go home this week and why?
Scarlett. Scarlett. I'm also going to say Scarlett.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
As we saw, she did not take it well. She seemed to be struggling with everything in that moment and it seemed very uncomfortable for everyone.
Who do they think they are? I've given the best years of my life to this place and they think they can just fire me like that? Like trash? I don't think so.
Yeah.
What was it like for you in that moment?
It wasn't a comfortable position to be in. I mean, none of us want to say a name, like, you know, it's not nice. The first thing I said when I walked through was, I hated that because I genuinely hated having to say someone's name, especially because like we all had formed like a really nice bond and I hadn't really clocked that it was me not working with Scarlett earlier on in the day was like what got to her. I guess like honestly, when you're in the moment, like you're not considering like what's going on around you. You're just trying to make a plan and get through everything. Yeah. So I think that's what I was doing. And you know, I spotted Kitty and I was like, I want to work with you because we were both gone so close. When really, like, that's a regret of mine. I should have worked with Scarlett. I think we would have done a great job together. And I mean, she fucking won it, so.
Was there anything that we didn't see? Did it like cut out or was there heightened drama?
Yeah, there was. I mean, the Untucked, what you see is very small compared to what happens. Like, we went around the room and all describe like why we chose who we chose, but like in more detail, I guess. And that was quite tense. I mean, you saw my element of that when Ella was kind of like, trying to say that, you know, she still loved me, and I was like, no, I still love you too. There's no hard feelings, but I'm not here to bring your positivity. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all kind of defended ourselves. That was quite nice. And there was Crystal had a really iconic moment which got cut, which was like, with her like gorgeous wig, and she's like, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Like this with her huge, I'm not buying it. I was like tackling at it. She repeated it over and over again. And then I brought it up to all the other girls and they're like, I don't remember it. And I was like, it did happen. I was like, am I just imagining all of this? So I don't know. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I dreamed it.
Well, when I speak to Crystal, I'm going to be bringing it up and be like,
yeah, bring it up.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
You're not buying it. You're not buying it.
Well, you had to lip sync against Scarlett the week before and it was a double save. Okay, props to the double save. We'd love to see it. But then you had to face each other again? Oh, it seemed very tense between you on stage. Was it really like that tense?
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie, like before then, like me and Scarlett had been really good, and like, you know, at the end of the day we'd still go up to each other and have a hug and say like, you know, this is TV, you know, like, I love you. But at this point I think Scarlett felt really left out and unwanted, and that's understandable. I would have felt the same way in her position, you know, completely. It was very tense. I remember before we lip synced, I looked at her and I was like, good luck, babes, like I hope you do well. And she looked at me up and down and was like, you too. And I was just like, but we are so good now. Like, look, she was very, very tense and like upset. And as I would have been, if I had been in her position, I would have probably done exactly the same, if not worse. Like, I don't hold it against her at all. Her feelings are very valid and very justified. We are good friends, you know what I mean? Like, there's no bad
your sisters, your family.
Yeah, we're more than friends, you know. I can't get rid of her.
Category is Shadiest Queen.
Honestly, none of us are that shady. Like, we're actually all really good sisters. But if I have to name somebody, I would probably say. But everyone said Crystal, but that's because she got asked to do it. I'll say Teresa, because I think she's shady, but in like a subtle and hilarious way. Yeah. Like, she does shade to the best degree, because shade is supposed to be like comedic and funny. It's not supposed to be hurtful, and I think that that's what Teresa does.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We see that comes across. Teresa is hilarious, yet shady, yet funny, and it's all the best qualities.
Yeah, she knows humor really, really well, and I mean, you know, I just wish I was her.
I think we all wish we were Teresa May at this point. Yeah. So let's talk about the challenge, baby. You had to make Drag Lexa that advert and ruin the judges. They were not buying what you were selling.
I'm disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed.
So much that there were like no winners badges given out, and I don't know if like that's ever happened before.
It's never happened. It was a Drag Race first.
Drag Race first in all the 52,000 series.
Yeah, all over the world and all that shit. Yeah,
all that. I was like, ooh.
We were genuinely the worst at the challenge. All of us were the worst. There's ever been in Drag Race history. Yeah, and I went home. I was the worst.
No.
I'll take it. Give me anything. I'll take anything at this point. I didn't get a repeater badge. Didn't get a win. Didn't get a high. I'll take anything.
Charity, I've heard you say that before in different contexts. I want to know who you think should have won the repeater badge.
I think River should have won the repeater badge this week. I think River was hilarious. I think her runway was exquisite. I mean, I remember seeing in person and just being like, wow. Like, it fit her to perfection. And yeah, I think she was really lovely to work with. And not only that, but she's been so supportive through the whole experience. So yeah.
I'd agree with that as well, because I think the critique the judges had for the other group was that there should be one drag Lexa. And River did that in your challenge as the one drag Lexa. So do you know what I mean? It makes 100%. Kind of make sense.
I mean, look, if it was up to me, our group would have won.
Well, yeah, the group would have won and you would have won if it was up to you.
Well, 100%, are you joking?
Secondly, Rue said he blamed himself for not going through the storyboards with you, which is wild to me. I'm like, what do you mean? Do you think that would have helped?
Maybe it would have helped. Like, RuPaul might have been like, you know, don't go in this direction, and then we would have had to think of a new thing. But who would have the time to think of a new thing? That's the question, you know? I mean, I honestly don't think that our adverts were that bad. Like, I really don't like watching them in person. Like, we were laughing at each other's on the stage, but you know, it's not up to us at the end of the day. And you know, like, the way that I saw it was, there's only so many things you can actually do with an advert. You know, there's only so many places you can actually go with it. Like, we don't have much time to come up with these things. As you saw, like, everyone's like, oh, I need to do my makeup, and I'm like, we need to finish the script, guys. Like, we need to have something to go in with. It's not about like just checking it over. It's like, we actually don't have anything to read, you know?
Understandable.
Category is Best Look.
I'm going to do a tie between Vanity and River. I really loved Vanity's like chandelier-y type bodysuit. Honestly, I saw that and I was like, wow. I really thought that she'd stepped her game up that week. But I think the best look queen out of the whole competition is definitely Victoria.
I mean,
hello.
On period. Let's talk about your runways. They were amazing. You ate everything up. You have such a creative mind. It was absolutely amazing. The judges didn't seem to get much of your runways, and I don't understand why. What were your feelings of pushing the boundaries out of drag?
Well, I already knew that my drag wasn't to everyone's taste. You know, it's not supposed to be for everybody, but it's for the people that it connects with, for the people that connect with it, and it's for me as well. And so I didn't go into the competition expecting to just be like completely loved and accepted in my drag form, because I've been constantly challenged for like whether what I do is drag for my whole career. But I learned that maybe my drag isn't their taste or isn't what they're looking for that show, which is okay, you know, like that's fine, because I got the chance to showcase my art to the world, and that is what I went to the show to do. And hopefully loads of young people seeing my style of drag will bring on a new generation of monsters, and in a few seasons down the line, we'll see half the cast being alternative queens instead of just one of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Leanne loved it. And I was like, yes, Leanne, like the taste levels are real. Do you know what I mean? What you do is so different, and you are such a chameleon. There is nothing that's the same about you. And that's what I love about you. It's strange because none of the other Drag Race girls will be asked to change up their looks so dramatically, like the judges asking you to change up your looks dramatically. It just don't make sense to me. Do you know what I mean?
It's always been interesting to me that as an alternative queen, you need to fit into the box of the non-alternative queens, but then the non-alternative queens don't ever get questioned on becoming scary or goofy or and we are seeing that a little bit with Crystal. You know, they're kind of saying like we've seen Pretty Muncher or something else. You know, nowhere near to the extent of me. Like I think saying that I'm one though is like what? I'm standing there and being like, oh my god, like what?
You are not one note.
I'm one note and like questioning it. I've shown them two like traditionally pretty, fitting in their stereotypical box runways, and I think that's enough out of what I brought. You know what I mean? I did a good job of them, and the judges said I did a good job of them. So I don't know if like that was wiped from their memory or.
Honestly, I can't even think. But I think you did an amazing job, and I love all your looks anyway. So I'm biased.
Category is Miss Congeniality.
Anubis. I love Anubis, and I'm really, really gutted that Anubis didn't get to showcase as much as they deserved on the show. If I could click my fingers and swap my place with Anubis, I would, and I think that they would have got so much further than me. I just see a star in them. I really, really do, and I think the world is gonna love them when they all get to see him. And it's just, it just saddens me that like somebody with so much talent and skill, like all of us have talent and skill, but Anubis is like another world for their age. It's so impressive, and no,
that's brilliant. I love Anubis. Nana, we love you, Anubis.
Yeah, I love you, Nana.
So tell us about your involvement with the Terence Higgins Trust on their HIV action plan, because that was such a talking point during one of the episodes, and I think it's really important to get that out there. So what does it mean to you?
So the Terence Higgins Trust is an organisation close to my heart. I've been working with them for a little while now, and they've been working with me on my messaging towards the public through Drag Race and stuff. I just wanted to run everything by them and just get a good green check. And we're currently working on a campaign for the HIV action plan. So we're pushing everybody to email the Chancellor to fund the HIV action plan, which is to stop new cases by 2030, which is medically possible, scientifically possible. And that's, I think lots of people don't realise that, like that could actually be a thing. By 2030, nobody could be getting HIV anymore. And I think if that's something that we can do, that's something that we should do. And the government has agreed to it and has said that they're going to do it, but it's not going to happen unless the money goes into it. And we all know what our government is like. So it's up to all of us to put pressure on them to do what's right.
Yeah, I'm behind you. I'm with you, Charity. You got my support and everyone else too. So let's get into it, everyone watching this video.
Yeah,
thank you.
Let's go. And if you want to talk about HIV or anything like that, my inbox is always open.
Oh, look.
It might take me a couple of days to get to you. But
of course. You're going to be flooded now. You said no, you're going to be flooded.
Category is Class Clown.
Class Clown has to be Kitty.
Yeah, I can agree.
I think everything that comes out of her mouth is gold. And I'm really jealous of that. I wish I was like witty and funny and quick thinking. I do like visual humor. Like I'm good at making images funny and like characters funny, but Kitty's like got a witty comeback for absolutely everything. And yeah, that's really impressive to me. I think she's amazing.
A true Brummy icon. Do you know what I mean?
She really is.
We love to see our Kitty. Well, just quickly before we end, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the versatility that I showed on the show and all of the notes of the scale that I played on that runway.
Yes! And there's so much more. Well, we need a yearbook quote, and this can be anything. So what would you like to be remembered by?
Did nobody tell RuPaul it's illegal to steal from a charity? #robbed.
I think that might be the best one we've ever had.
It should have been my exit line, but I didn't think so.
Don't rob from charities, Miss Ruth Paul. Well, Charity, I've had a fabulous time. I hope you've had a fabulous time here on the Yearbook.
I really have. It's been wonderful speaking to you again.
I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you again. We're going to have so much fun.
I appreciate you too.
I love you. Take care and have a fabulous day. Stay crazy.
You and your nightmares, baby.
Oh, no, that's right. Bye.